Hello there, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Let me get myself somewhat tidied up over here, even if it's just halfway, while we wait to get shared in to the groups. We're also going to find ourselves. Hello there, Miss Mary. How are you, my friend? Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Alright, let me get my comments up and get myself shared. So we are in the Creative Crafters Assembly event group today, and it is Oh Christmas Tree. So I really like that. So we're going to do a tree. I'm doing well, thank you. I am. Thank you, Miss Gia. I appreciate you so much. If you're not following Creative Crafters Assemble. I don't know why I always want to change the last word. But please follow it. It's a free group. Miss Gia from Gia's Creations, she runs the event. It's her group. So please make sure that you're following both. And you never know, you might find somebody new that you like. Okay? So, yep. Alright, I think we're all set. We're all good to go. So I am going to get my camera. Now that hubby has fixed it, because yesterday we were without my secondary camera. So yay. Yay to hubby. I knew it was something simple. And yeah, he just didn't get it connected after he was trying to get my computer to work. So that was a quick setup. Alright, so this is what I have for you guys. So this is what we're going to work with. So this is an ornament that I had picked up probably at clearance. I don't even know if this was this last year or the year before. I am not sure. I'm thinking that from the tag, it's probably from the Dollar Tree or some dollar store. Those are my guesses. I'm not sure. But we're going to leave the front the way it is, the way it came. What we're going to work with is the back of it. Okay? And I have this little reindeer here that I've already started to paint. Just got to take care of his antlers. And I have my green buttons. So we are going to do button art, which is something that I actually really enjoy. And in the past, I have done a Christmas tree made out of buttons. So I thought it would be fun to do it again. So that's what we're going to do. Because we're going to do something that I like. Right? That's what it's about. About doing the things that we like. So if you missed any of today's creators, please go back and watch them. We've had some awesome creations. Some new creators to me. And it was a lot of fun to watch. I might have been a silent watcher, but I was watching. So, thank you so much again to Miss Gia for hosting the event and for having me. I really do appreciate it. So, let's get my mess cleaned up. I was just trimming because there was like some of the the burlap was hanging off, and that was gonna irk my OCD-ness. You know, it is really funny because my husband's like, how can you be OCD and at the same time be so messy? Because he's talking about all the crafts everywhere. Does anybody else have that problem? Like all the craft supplies are all over the place? Alright, so our theme is Oh Christmas Tree. Thank you, Grace and Sunflowers. I appreciate the sprinkle, my friend. And so, because it's Oh Christmas Tree, and we are going to make a Christmas tree, I was thinking that it would be really cool to put maybe some music notes on the back. You know, like the song Oh Christmas Tree, right? Let me see, what did I do with my music piece? Because I had a piece of music paper. I had everything set out to use, and now I can't find my music paper. What's the blank? Well, that's an easy fix. Let me go grab some. Music paper is definitely not something that I will run out of anytime soon. And I'm going to take my jacket off because I'm actually hot now. I went from being cold to being hot. Because I constantly buy the all kinds of hymnals and stuff. So music sheets are definitely not something I'm going to run out of. For sure. And I think I'm going to do this one. And it really doesn't matter like which song, because I'm not going for the song. You could look online and find, you know, like the old Christmas tree. I'm sure you could find a printable for it and put that on the back background. But this is a perfect little idea because you can pick up these oversized wooden ornaments, you know, pretty much anywhere. And so we are just going to put some glue here, but you know what? Let me go ahead and take this ribbon off. I am going to reuse the ribbon because we're going to use it as the hanger. So we are going to reuse it. So y'all just stick around and we'll get to working. Like I said, if you have buttons, whether you cut buttons off of old piece of clothing or you have your grandmother's button jar collection, because somehow, I don't know why it is, but grandma's always had button jars. You know? I think they always tend to have button jars. Well, I started picking up buttons wherever I could find them. Whether it was from like Goodwills or taking them off of clothing, you know. Because sometimes I buy pieces that I want the fabric for to do a craft. So sometimes I'll do that, and so I'll pluck the buttons off. I'll pluck the buttons off and just add them into my jars. And I have a shelf that I had my husband put up for me, and I have all kinds of little mason jars, or glass jars, but most of them are mason jars. And I have them color coded. So this is my green jar. That's my green jar. I have a red, a blue, a brown, a gray, a black. You know, all the colors that we tend to see, right? Okay. So let's get this smeared, brushed all over. And this is just regular school glue. If you have Mod Podge, obviously you can use that. If you have a decoupage medium that you like to use, you can most definitely use that as well. But regular old school glue, Elmer school glue, works just as well. See, I have this bottle here, and then I have the big old jug, and I just refill that bottle. That's what I do. And that's my Mod Podging agents. Agent. You know what I meant. It's what I use. It is what I use. I need just a little bit more here for the top. And then we're going to dry this, and we're going to iron it, because a lot of times your especially the older the hymnal, this one not so much, but a lot of the other hymnal pages that I have are very brittle, and you know, it's paper, so it's not like you can lift it and, you know, rearrange it. But if your glue is dry, then you can. Okay? You can move it around all you need. So we're just going to dry this up a little bit. And there's all kinds of buttons. I mean, there's all kinds of shaped buttons. But I will pretty much just be using just round buttons, I believe, for my tree. And then you can use other color buttons to add bling, to, you know, emulate the ornaments on there. So you can make the tree in any color or fashion that you want. I'm just going with green because that's the traditional tree color to me, and it goes with the other side of this ornament. So hopefully everybody's had a wonderful afternoon, enjoying some crafting, maybe doing some crafting of your own. This is the season. This is definitely the season for getting all those crafts done so that you can gift to others, because before we know it, what is it, 6 weeks? We got 6 weeks? Somebody was telling me earlier. I was like, oh my word, seriously, 6 weeks that fast? So I'm just gonna come, because I really don't want like a whole lot of the bottom words down there. So, and we're going to try to flip it. Okay. And then I just use a little piece of cut parchment to be my barrier. But if you have Teflon, obviously you can use that. Just do not use wax paper, okay, friends? If you use wax paper, that is a big no-no. Big, big no-no. But thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. It is a lot of fun being able to pop on and to create. Yesterday I got to make a little journal, a gratitude journal, and I did get it finished up. So I'm excited for that. And I did it in purple hues. I'm going to be working on making an orange one with all the fall colors. I love the fall colors. So, okay. So now that's all nice and glued down. So I'm going to get my little gator, which is my little sander, if I can get my hands on him. If I can see where I put him. Where did I put you? Right there, behind my teeth. And whenever you are going to sand, make sure that you're going in a downward motion so as not to pull up your paper, because that would not be fun. Again, I think this is just a lot of fun to take, you know, because so many of the churches got rid of hymnals to go to, like the prompters and stuff. And so a lot of the hymnals, it's a lot harder to find them. Because at first they were just being all chunked to, like, straight to the dumpster. But now that people realize that people, you know, will buy them. Because I remember when I would ask at my local Goodwill, the lady would be like, oh yeah, we see them come in. And we have churches that have donated them, but we literally just immediately throw them away because nobody's going to buy them. I'm like, yeah, people will buy them. So, but it's only if certain churches that still have hymnals. Most everybody has already transitioned, so it is harder to find, you know, hymnals. I got very blessed. I stopped off at a thrift store that I normally don't go to, but was near to my oral surgeon, and I went there after I'd had my, like, initial consultation with them, and I was like, oh, there's a thrift store, let me stop in, because it was right around the corner. And of course I don't go there because that was like in a totally different town than where I normally am. Hey there, Michelle, how are you, sweetie? I'm sorry I only caught part of your live earlier. Miss Michelle started us off today in this event. She was on at 3. So if you did miss anybody, please go back and watch the replays. Again, you can watch everybody over at the Creative Crafters Assemble. Like I said, I keep on wanting to change the name to the group. Y'all don't pay me no mind because I don't know what I'm doing. Alright. Now, this needs stuff before we start doing anything. I have my 3-in-1, which is what we are going to use to glue our buttons down. And I'm just going to take some of my ink. You're having dinner? Awesome! Yeah, I literally finished eating dinner right before I had to come live. I made sure I cooked and ate so that I could come on. Also, because if not, then my daughter would be like, Mom, you forgot to make dinner. So, you know, to make sure I fed the child, fed myself. Got to watch the crafter before me as she was making her beautiful little tree. Love the little bling that you were using. I know you said it was sequins, but it looked like it was like little gold dots. Didn't catch exactly what it was, but it was cute. Alright, so now that we have a little bit of distressing done on the edge there with a little bit of that forest moss, which is a bit of like a brown green type color. Okay, so we are going to start assembling our tree. And I actually might not use that reindeer. That reindeer is a little big for what I wanted. So I do have another one over here, so we'll use that. So here are my buttons. We're just gonna pour them out, and it's all my greeting buttons. So there's all kinds of shapes and different hues of green. And so this is where the fun begins, because now we get to line up and figure out which, like what green and where, and you know, and we have to make sure we go kind of like in a cone shape. So obviously the smaller ones will be up top, the larger ones will be towards the bottom. And this is where it's really fun to have all the different shapes, because you get to have all of the different you know, you get to add all those different shapes in there, which I think is really cool, you know. So like this one would be good for like the very tippy top, and then we would need some that are slightly smaller. And then it also depends on how much you want to build it up, because you could build it like really build it up, you know. Oh, look at that one. I love the shape on that one. That one's really pretty. See, this one's a little bit more of a brown, kind of like that one, so I think I'm going to put that one as the trunk. I think I'll do that one as the trunk. Just need to see if I can find another one. Look at that, I even have a heart-shaped one. Look at that. Look how cute that is. And you could put that in there if you wanted to. Here's another green one we can add in there. Here's another one that's got a really nice design to it. Like I said, I just brought the whole thingamajig. See how you can have like the really cool blingy ones, and you could put those and it would look like you have like an ornament in there. So that's totally up to you, like what you want to do with your tree. Like really up to you. Like what type of shape you want your tree to be. You know, how thick do you want your tree to be? Do you want lighter, darker? And I don't mind if it has a whole bunch of like different colors. I think that'll be actually really good. You know? And then what's really nice is when you can pile them up and have like lots of layers. Hey there, Miss Wendy. How are you, sweetie? Thank you for popping on. I am in the Creative Crafters Assemble event group today, and it is Oh Christmas Tree, and we are making a Christmas ornament out of buttons. Out of buttons. Buttons, buttons, buttons. Fun buttons. Got lots of buttons. So, sorry if y'all were messaging and I missed something. I know there's a lot chatting going on in the group, but I was over this a ways and trying to watch people, so I wasn't able to keep up with chats much. Alright, so let's start with the baseline that we have so far. So we already know that this is the one that I'm going to actually use for, because it's kind of like an olive, it's like an olive green. So while it's green, it has more of a brown tone to it. So this is, and because it's got that square piece, that is going to be my trunk. I think that's going to be really cool. So, and I'm using my 3-in-1 from Beacon, and I will be using my hot glue as well, if it'll. Wait a second, my husband said he actually cut the whole blessed thing off. Gotta love my husband. And sometimes just want to, like, why do you do stuff? Okay, we're back in business. So welcome in, everybody. If you've never tried doing button art before, I would suggest you pull out that container of buttons that you've been collecting, or maybe you have buttons that were left to you and you don't know what to do with them. This would be a great time to do something with them, because there's so many beautiful things you can do with button art. I like that these ones actually look like they were, like they have that, you know that snow spray that we'd put on the trees? That's what these buttons look like they have on them. That's what it seems like to me. So hopefully everybody's having an awesome Friday. You're getting ready. Oh, thank you. You're getting ready for an awesome weekend. Maybe some of y'all are getting your plans ready for Thanksgiving, because that's only that's only about a week away. So because, well, a week and a half. Like we have next week, and then the week after that is gonna be Thanksgiving. So I got one more week to teach, and then I'm driving to South Carolina to go pick up my son, because he'll be coming to enjoy Thanksgiving with us, which of course makes this mama very happy. Get to have all 3 of my babies around, because that's not gonna always be the case. They you know, my son being stationed in Japan starting next year, it's gonna be a while before we see him. So yeah, it's gonna be a while before we get to see him again. So definitely grateful that he'll be coming home for sure. You know, one of the things I've noticed is that with Fabri-Tac and the 3-in-1, once they start running low, they always want to spill out on you. Just aggravating. Yeah, 2 weeks from yesterday. And somebody today reminded me that we are 6 weeks away from Christmas. I'm like, yay, whoop-de-doo, thank you for the reminder. I really didn't need that reminder, but thank you. I appreciate it. No, but I appreciate it. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I know a lot of people are probably already decorating and all the things, right? Yeah, no, not me. I mean, I have some stuff up, but you know, tell you, ever since the bulk of the kiddos have moved out, I don't know, it's not been the same. I mean, I have my tree up, and I've already started putting some ornaments on it. It's just not the same, though. Definitely not the same. So who likes to collect buttons? I'm kind of curious. Who likes to collect buttons? And have you ever done button art with them? I mean, of course, you know, there's the typical uses for buttons, but there's a lot of stuff you can do with buttons. A lot of like crafty art stuff you can do with buttons. I will say that I do need to find some more dark greens because I've been using a lot of them for like in Christmas stuff, so pretty much all I have left in my arsenal in yeah is a lot of the lighter colors, if you notice that. I have a lot of the lighter colors left. So alright, let me see if my hot glue is ready for me. But so I can put just a little bit with this because I know this one's gonna need it. Remember, this is the one that's gonna be my trunk because it's that moss green, so it's more brown toned, so I really like that. Okay. But yeah, I'm kind of curious. What you guys already have your plans ready? Y'all up and ready to go, all gung ho? Or are you not feeling it this year? I'm kind of curious. It's everybody's perspective on it. I know some people could care less if it is Christmas or not. I know sometimes this time of year is actually really hard on some people because we're missing loved ones. And I can totally understand that. I can totally understand that. I remember the first year I was here for my birthday, 'cause my birthday comes, obviously before Christmas, and I was just down and out because, other than my kids and my husband at the time, I didn't really have any family around. My brother had deployed, so he wasn't in the country, and the whole reason why I'd moved specifically to Georgia was because this was where he was stationed, but he had been he was out of the country, so I was really down and out. My husband had to work that day, so I was really not feeling it. It was definitely hard. There's certain times of the year when I remember, like my grandma who's passed. Christmas is one of the times that I remember her because we used to bake together, and she was who taught me how to bake and sew and a lot of things. So, and it gets hard when I think of her and, obviously miss her. Nope, that doesn't go with the vibe. It's still hard not having my dad around. But I'm very grateful for my husband and the kiddos. I'm grateful that my son will be here, so that means that at least I'll have all three of them together for one last holiday, because we don't know what next year will hold. So that is going to be very special. Because again, it's hard, when our babies are gone. So I get it. I get it. They grow up and they have their lives, the things that they are trying to accomplish. This is, as my daughter has aptly pointed out, this is her last year as a minor for Christmas. And I'm like, geez, thanks for reminding me that. I'm like, that just makes it even harder. Because that means it's the last Christmas I actually have a baby. Even though, don't dare say that she's a baby, because she doesn't like that. But then at other times, she wants to be, definitely treated like the baby. So I keep on telling her, I was like, you need to make up your mind. Either you are or you aren't. Can't have both. That's a pretty one. I don't know if it kind of takes away though. So I think I'm just gonna put a green one. I'm gonna put some green ones here. That's a lime green. That's not gonna look good. I'm trying not to put anything with bling because I haven't added anything with bling. So I really don't want to like throw off the colors, if you know what I mean. I'm trying to stay within the colors that I'm already using. But like I said, I am running low on buttons. Do need to get me some more green ones, at least in the darker hues. And the good thing about the beacon is that it will dry clear. So if you do have a little bit of like where it seeps out, it'll still dry clear, which will be good. So that's one of the things that you definitely have to make sure. Whatever glue you do use, make sure that it's gonna dry clear for you, okay? Because you don't want it to mess up your button art. That would definitely not be cool. Or mess up all your hard work. Everything you just worked on. Wait a second, did I see a butterfly around here? Ooh, I like that. I like that. I like that, I like that. I think I want to put that butterfly there. And this is a wooden. This one is wooden. So we'll do like that. Look at that, look how pretty with the butterfly. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Because the flower ones that I have are just, yeah. Yeah, I think these are the ones we're gonna do right here. Thank you again to everybody for popping in. I really do appreciate it. Once again, we are in the Creative Crafters Assembly group. It is a free event group. It is hosted by Miss Gia from Gia's Creations. If you are not following her, please give her a follow. Follow her group and follow all of the amazing creators that were in today's lineup. I did post, and I actually sent it out via Telegram, the flyer, so that way if you did miss somebody, you can go and rewatch them. I want everybody to have a chance to catch all of the awesome creators from today. And thank you, Miss Gia, for hosting the event and for allowing me to be part of your events. I appreciate it. I'm not always able to hop on, but at least trying to do one event in every group that I like out of the month, because it does get kind of crazy, y'all. It can be a little bit hectic, you know, life is life, and it is that time of the year where things kind of get busy, and we're all in that fourth quarter trying to do stuff, right? So just gotta learn to be patient with everyone and understanding, you know, things that happen. So, well, ooh, what's this? I wonder if that would look good. Would that look good? That's a star button. I don't know. Nah, I don't like it. I don't like it. It don't look right. Too small. What happened to the one I had that was gonna fit just right there? Did I throw it over back here again? No, because that's too big. I guess it's this one. I guess we'll go with this one then. Unless it's this. No, that's too light of a green. See what I mean? I need me some darker green buttons. I need to get me some darker green buttons. Which just gives me an excuse for looking for more buttons. And I'll take that excuse any day. Because like I said, I love looking for buttons. It's a lot of fun. You get to find all kinds of, you know, unique buttons. Okay, so I think I feel like I need something over here. Yeah, I do. I do. But, yeah, something smaller. So. But yeah, y'all never told me. Is anybody else a button collector? I'm curious. Or am I the only one that likes to collect buttons? Hey, if I'm the only one, that's fine. You know? I accept my crazy. And embrace it. I accept it and I embrace it. It's all good. But, with that being said, if any of my friends ever find buttons when they're out thrifting or something like that, you know to let know that you've got a bunch of buttons that you don't want. Because I will gladly take them off your hand. Because I love doing button art. I just think it's so much fun. I do. Oh, thank you, Grace. I appreciate it. You know what? I'm calling you Grace, but I don't know if that's your name. I know it's your page name. I don't know if that's your actual name. I might be calling you Grace and that's not your name. So I'm sorry if I'm messing that up. So yeah, so next time you see, you know, that bag of buttons at a thrift store, pick it up, because guess what? You can be making some really cute little items with it. You know? I mean, think about the possibilities. This is a Christmas tree, but I mean, you could do anything. You could do a heart. You could do, if you had browns, you could do a gingerbread man. If you wanted to, you could do, thank you, dear. If you wanted to, you could do, what is it? I mean, all kinds of things, honestly. A cross, oh my gosh, that would be so cute to do a cross out of different buttons. I mean, I've done a cross, but out of like broken jewelry. But it would be really cool if you could do one out of this. And then I don't have a star, but we could just put a sparkly button for the star up top here. Or we could actually just put it on top like that. I don't know. I'm not quite sure yet. Alright, but for first off, let me close this off so it stops oozing everywhere, because it's just gonna get everywhere. Okay. I do need to poke the hole, because I am going to re-ribbon it, so this can be an actual ornament. So it'd be a giant ornament, but I still think it would be really cute. Let me see if I have any of that gold trim around. Honestly, even green trim would be fine. Should we do a green trim or a red trim going around here? What do y'all think? Green or red? I have a red rickrack which would look really cute. Or I have this green that's like a sparkle glitter. The red? Okay. So we'll do red. Yeah, I think the red will look better on it too. And this is just a little bit of red rickrack. And again, this is gonna look so cute. And we're gonna want to do this part before we put the ribbon on, okay? So let's, and be very careful so you don't burn your fingers, because you know it is hot glue at the end of the day. And if you ever have like glue that's left over like this, or like the glue strings, you can come with your heat tool afterwards and it'll melt it off, and that way you won't see it. It'll make it look nice and clean. And so again, I mean, just repurposing things that I already had. You know, many times that's what we need to be looking at, is like, what do we already have in our stash? What are things that are cute? If you don't have music sheets, you can always Google images and print some music off. You know, and you can look for specific things like the old Christmas tree, or, you know, you can find things like Old Town of Bethlehem, Little Manger, Away in a Manger. Sorry, I'm getting my songs all mixed up. Jingle Bells. I mean, all of them you can find, because before I was able to get me a decent collection of hymnals, that's what I used to do. I used to find them and print them off to be able to make decor. And they're great for backgrounds. So make sure that you guys are trying different things out, following everybody to get inspired, because everybody is so talented. And I'm always inspired by everyone. So, again, thank you so much, Miss Gia, for hosting the event and for having me. I really do appreciate you. Oops. Let me cut this. And then we're going to grab what it came with. And we are going to restring it to make this cute little oversized ornament that'll end up on my tree. So thank you again for hosting events, my friend. I know it takes a lot to put events together, coordinate with everybody. So thank you very much for all of your hard work and for allowing me to be part of your events, my friend. So yeah. Or maybe you guys, you know, have an ornament that you really don't like that much anymore. Don't toss it out. You can redo it. See? Look at that. Look how pretty that looks now. With a cute little button tree on it. So I wasn't too big of a fan of this side, right? But now I like it. I think it's fun because it's got two different sides. I think that looks really cute, right? And I do have strings, so I am going to use my heat tool, just like I was telling you, to get those strings off. And some of these strings aren't even, they're from the manufacturer. But yeah, you just heat it up and they disappear. Because all you're doing is reheating that glue, and so it turns clear again. Because many times when we manipulate it, you know, we end up messing with it, and so it goes white and doesn't look good. But if you just heat it up, it'll go clear and you won't see it. So yeah, look at how cute that is. Cute little ornament. Double-sided ornament now. I mean, it is a jumbo ornament, but you know, there are people who like jumbo ornaments. So yeah, that one will end up on my tree. Thank you again for joining me, my friends. I really appreciate it. Try button art. Pick up those buttons. You know, those buttons that are in the back of, you know, your t-shirts and your blouse, whatever. Save them, cut them, use them, and create stuff with them. You never know. You might find a new hobby, something new to do. But more than anything, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Y'all have been amazing as always, and I am so honored and blessed to be here and share time with you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and thank you so much.